Hi book lovers, my name is Christina and welcome back to Cozy Novel Niche. The magic of editing, posting and filming. For me it's been like 3 minutes since I filmed the last video. For you it's been a week and this time I'm not even hiding the fact that I'm pre-filming this video, because if I have to do it to just keep consistent, then I will do it. So let me get to this exciting video that I was supposed to film like 2 months ago, but wherever, and it's my book haul from Ireland. At the end of May, in the very last days, it was my first anniversary and it was one of my greatest friends' birthday, and so we just kind of united the two things and we decided to go to Ireland, which is her favorite place in the world and also mine and my husband's for some aspects of it. So we went on a trip of almost a week. It was very lovely. Of course, we perused through some bookstores and I ended up with 4 books that I will be showing to you, but not all of these books are from Ireland, and you will understand why in a very little. So let's start with the first book. The first book is from Charles Byrne's bookshop, as all the others, because this bookshop really got my heart. I really fell in love with it. It was so beautiful. I ended up buying their tote bag too. It was very nice. It's just sturdy and solid, and now I have it, and I don't have it here in the room, but one day you will see it for sure. And in that bookstore, it's just a place to get lost and wonder, and it's such an amazing feeling. Anyhow, let's get to the books. The very first one is A Spell in the Wild by Alice Tarbuck, I guess. A Year and 6 Centuries of Magic. This book is about witches and magic, but from a modern point of view, and I just loved behind it. I just loved the and I just loved the premise of it. Perhaps you are a witch, perhaps you aren't sure yet. Come and bring yourself into the wild. You already have everything you could need, and all the world is waiting. A beautiful and intimate set of recollections on the persistence and necessity of magic. And I think that I will enjoy this as a read. Plus, it has some beautiful moments. I guess that it goes throughout the year or something like that, because here it says, for example, March, so more of a seasonal book maybe, I don't know. But it's very beautiful, and I love that underneath it's this beautiful purple with silver. I just love it. It's so nice. And this is one of those occasions in which actually the sticker doesn't bother me. It says 10 euros, but it also says the name of the shop, and I think it's a lovely touch. I mean, at least I will forever remember that I bought it there and not anywhere else. And this is the only book that comes from this Irish book haul that actually came with me from Ireland, because it was in my backpack. While the other 3 books are all books that I bought in Ireland, but that never made it to my home, because they were in a different backpack that my husband unfortunately forgot on the plane. And the purse, the backpack, is lost forever. No one ever seen it. No one was able to find it, not in Dublin, not in Milan, nowhere to be found. So someone got 3 books for free. I hope you're enjoying my reading taste, whoever you are. Yeah, so my husband was so lovely to buy them to me again, since I was very sad. I was so happy with these books, and then I was very sad at their loss. So he bought them to me again. So they're not technically from Ireland, but kinda. Yeah. that's that. But I bought them in Ireland. That's what matters. I will still, just when I will when I will seeing them in the future, I will still recollect like Ireland and everything that happened and my lost backpack. Yeah, rest in peace, backpack. The first of these three books is by Mark Lawrence, and it's The Book That Wouldn't Burn. The beauty of this cover, I mean, the beauty of it. It's quite humongous. I mean, it is, how many, like almost 600 pages of a book. It's just so big. And truth to be told, I bought it as a paperback in Ireland, but now I have it in a hardback, so yeah, there's that. And the only thing that I know, except for the fact that there is book in the title, is that it's about two characters. The first one has always lived in a library, apparently, and the other one on the outskirts of it, and they meet up and something just changes and happens. And on the back it says very little. It says, all books, no matter their binding, will fall to dust. The stories they carry may last longer. They might outlive the paper, the library, even the language in which they were first written. The greatest story can reach the stars. No idea what it's about. I know that it's quite a new release. I think it's from this year, 2023. And I mean, it's a book about books and libraries. And it's a fantasy. I don't really need to know much more to love the idea of a book. And since we've spoken about language, let's get to the next book. When I've seen it in the bookshop, I just was captivated by it. It was on a stand near to the exit, and it was quite recommended. But what caught my attention is that it's completely plain. I mean, it's white. It just says 50 Sounds by Polly Barton and nothing else. And at the beginning I was thinking that it really reminded me of like an essay or something more academic, and I wasn't completely wrong, but I fell in love with what it says in the back. Pretty much this is a book written by Polly Barton about her fascination with Japanese language, and more specifically with some sounds in the Japanese language. And it was such a serendipity moment. I was in Ireland, I was buying books that would remind me of Ireland, but then I've seen this book and it was about someone speaking about Japan, and I was just recently been to Japan and I just had to have this book. I know it makes maybe zero sense to you, but for me it made all of the sense in the world. And I won't read you everything that's behind, but just to give you an idea, 50 Sounds is a personal dictionary of the Japanese language, recounting her life as an outsider in Japan. Irreverent, humane, witty and wise, 50 Sounds is an exceptional debut about the quietly revolutionary act of learning, speaking and living in another language. And that's a topic I'm very passionate about. It's near and dear to my heart since I'm a language learner. I've studied languages as my potential career path when I was studying at university, and everything language related really fascinates me. So I for sure will be reading this book, maybe even this November, since it will be non-fiction November and this is kinda a non-fiction book. So I hope that I will love it because it mixes a lot of my passions. So I hope that it will stand up to my expectations. And the very last book is very Irish because I wanted something that would remind me of Ireland and its places and spaces and people. And it has this beautiful cover. It's called Cacophony of Bone by... I won't try and butcher her name. I'm horrible with the pronunciation of Irish names, but I will show it to you. I loved the premise of this book. It is the non-fiction story of a year in life of the author who moved at the end of 2019 to a quaint cottage in Ireland, and then the pandemic happened. And so she and her family lived in isolation in a place that it is already quite isolated in a sense, but then it was a space and a time to find herself and to rekindle certain sparks in her life and things like that. And it says that it maps the circle of a year, a journey from one place to another, field notes of a life, from one winter to the next. It is a telling of a changed life in a changed world, and it is about all that does not change. So this is again a great potential read for nonfiction November, or maybe even a little bit sooner. And I think that it will be very fascinating to read from the perspective of a person that moved in Ireland and lived the pandemic in that place. I think that I will love the experience of reading this book. So yeah, these are the 4 books that I bought in Ireland, kinda, and I definitely cannot wait to get to them. And let me know down below if you've read recently anything by an Irish author or that was set in Ireland, because it's a place that I love, and sooner or later I will be able to upload the video of my traveling experience this year. So I hope that you will look forward to that one too. And this was my first bookish related video since my comeback, so yay for me. And thank you so much for sticking around and for watching this video, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye! Ciao!